guys, welcome back and welcome if you're new here. Today we're gonna sit down and I thought it would be fun to share the lessons that I've learned and the things I wish I had known before embarking on my health journey in 2023. But first, let's backtrack a little bit. I was the heaviest I'd ever been in my life by the end of 2022 and I felt miserable. I was ready to make the changes. So I started moving my body every single day. And I started fueling my body with whole, nutritious foods 80% of the time. And through these small changes, I was able to lose over 90 pounds in the last 12 months. And I'm ready to share some of the lessons I learned along the way with you guys today. My goal for today is really to be like a big sister if you're someone who is at the beginning of your health journey or you're looking to start one in the new year, and just share the mistakes that I made so that you don't have to. Okay, so I've got some notes on my phone here. If you see me looking down, we're keeping it casual today. No script here, I promise you. But the first thing, the most important thing that I think I wish I had known sooner is that feeling healthy is so much more powerful than any number you will ever see on the scale. And that feeling comes pretty quickly when embarking on your journey. You know, I'll never forget, I was probably 2 weeks into my journey last year. Hadn't really lost a ton of weight yet, maybe 5 pounds, give or take. And, you know, so I was still relatively overweight and, you know, at my higher weight range. And I said to Caleb, man, it feels so good to be healthy. And he kind of looked at me funny, obviously wanting to be kind, but I'm sure he had thoughts in the back of his mind like, babe, it's been 2 weeks and you've only lost 5 pounds and you have 50, 60, 70, 80 more pounds to go, are probably the thoughts he was thinking, but I wasn't thinking about the scale. I had, for the first time in years, made healthy choices with my diet, with moving my body, and although I was tired and sore and kind of hangry from, you know, being in a caloric deficit, I started to feel so good. And the shame of making bad choices that I've been making for so long started to melt away, and I truly felt healthy, even though I still had weight to lose, if that made sense. And that feeling of, no, you know, I may not be the weight I want to be at yet, but I am healthy. I'm making healthy choices daily. That fuels you to keep going. And that feeling of health will sustain you through your entire journey and into the rest of your life. Now that I'm a year in, I still have a long way to go. I can truly say the feeling of eating healthy and moving my body is not only habitual, but it's something I crave. And if I have a couple of days where maybe I miss a workout or I make some poor choices with my diet, I start to feel gross. And it's like, no, I want to feel good. I want to feel healthy. That's really what's going to get you going. And the beauty of this lesson is that should motivate you to start. Because if you're really overwhelmed by maybe how much weight you have to lose or just the changes you have to make, know that you will start to feel good long before you see results on the scale. And that's truly what matters. Another thing I wish I'd known before embarking on a weight loss journey is that until you're mentally ready, until you've really done the work with your mental health, it's not going to be sustainable or easy to try to focus on your physical health. You have to prioritize your mental health and what's important on the inside, and then that will snowball and reflect the outside. And they are no stranger to my channel here. You guys know that I love and could not have enough good things to say about my therapist from BetterHelp, and I would like to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Therapy has been life-changing for me. through BetterHelp. My therapist is such a gem. She truly has taught me how to not only overcome, some of the emotional eating that I was once doing and not looking to food and the wrong things when stressed, when life happens, but she's given me tools and ways to practice making healthy choices while still handling everyday life and stress and the chaos of this world. And again, that's all thanks to BetterHelp. If you don't know, BetterHelp is on a mission to make therapy more affordable and accessible because you can do it from the comfort of your own home or really anywhere that works for you and your life. BetterHelp will connect you with a therapist that is trained and licensed to give you helpful, unbiased advice. I could talk about this all day, but I think in therapy, one of the beautiful things is having that unbiased advice and having that third party really look at the situation, look at your life as a whole, and just give you such helpful advice. And they sometimes show you things that you don't even see yourself. And with BetterHelp, you can have a therapy session over the phone, via video chat, or even just through messaging on the app, kind of like a text message. If that's something you're more comfortable with, there is something for everyone. And to get started, you will fill out a questionnaire on the BetterHelp app, and that's really gonna help BetterHelp match you with the right therapist and really cater to your specific needs. And in most cases, you are matched with a therapist in as little as 48 hours. And I did just want to mention, sometimes finding a therapist is a little bit like dating, at least it was for me. And sometimes you might have a therapy session once or twice with a new therapist and you just find that they're not the right fit. But that's okay, because BetterHelp has over 30,000 licensed therapists, so there is sure to be one that's the right fit for you. Whether you're struggling or you just want someone to talk to and you're thinking about therapy, consider BetterHelp. You can do that by going to the link down in my description below. It's betterhelp.com/Amy Fritz, and you will get 10% off of your first month of BetterHelp. And a big thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Another thing I wish I had known before embarking on a weight loss journey is that you do not have to cut out any specific foods or your favorite meals in order to lose weight. And if you had said that to me a year and a half ago when I was at my heaviest weight, I would have probably rolled my eyes. I really did think losing weight meant eating nothing but carrots and celery and salad and starving to death. And that's just not the case at all. When you over-restrict your body from certain food groups, or you are just really obsessive about certain foods and you're in sort of a restrictive mindset, that's gonna lead to this vicious cycle of overly restricting, craving like crazy all the time and being miserable, then eating those foods and probably eating way more than you would have originally, and then feeling really guilty, and then starting the restriction all over again. And if you're like me, you can probably relate to that cycle quite a bit. I dealt with that for years. And finally, I figured out that when you have those cravings for foods, all you have to do is find healthier ways to make them. And it doesn't mean you have to cut out the food group altogether. Sometimes that means you can also have that food, but you need to add some more nutrition to your plate and really add some volume to your plate so that you can control the portions of those foods, if that makes sense. So an example of that would be pizza. My family, we love our pizza night, and we used to order pizza delivery, once a week on Friday night or something and watch a movie. And while that's great and there's a time and a place for that, something I've done that not only allows me to enjoy pizza, one of my favorite things to eat, but enjoy it in a way without guilt and to add more nutrition to my plate is we will make pizza at home, or maybe get a frozen pizza. Let's use frozen pizza as an example. Take a frozen 4-cheese pizza or maybe a white sauce pizza. Those are so good. Frozen pizza. Before I put it in the oven, maybe I sprinkle on a bunch of fresh veggies, maybe some mushrooms and peppers or olives or whatever it might be. Or what I really love to do is toss some arugula and some olive oil and balsamic and top that on my pizza. That's really good. Maybe I serve my pizza with a big salad. Again, just adding some nutritional volume to my plate still allows me to enjoy pizza. But instead of eating half of a plain cheese pizza or pepperoni pizza and feeling miserable, I'm enjoying 1 or 2 pieces of pizza with some nutritional volume with that salad or those veggies. And I not only feel good doing that, but then I curb that craving. And the craving for pizza is gone because I still enjoyed the pizza. I just figured out how to eat it in a healthier way, if that makes sense. Basically, all of that to say, with all the resources we have now with the internet, you can pretty much figure out how to make your absolute favorite foods in a healthy way and with a healthy twist. Whether that's through adding volume to your plate with veggies or salad, or just changing the recipe altogether, you can still enjoy all your favorite foods. And moving right along, something else I wish I had known before starting, I didn't really figure this out until probably 4 or 5 months in, is that you don't have to track your calories by the day. And what I mean by that is traditionally when you hear people talk about counting calories to lose weight, they have some type of deficit plan like 1,200 calories a day, which that A is not sustainable, nor is it fun. And studies have shown that it's not very good for your metabolism long term. So what I've discovered a few months into the journey is that you can actually track your caloric deficit on the week. So what I mean by that is if you look at calories, right, there are 3,500 calories in a pound. And so if you want to lose 1 pound a week, you have to be in at least a deficit of 3,500 calories on the week. So you can divvy that up however you want. Instead of just having 1,200 calories every single day to be in that deficit, maybe you have 2,800 calories one day and 1,100 the next day. Or, whatever that might look like. Maybe you have 2,000 one day and 1,500 the next day. Just look at it from the standpoint of 7 days and your goal being that, deficit of 3,500 on the week. And you can really then plug and play your days based on your life. I have date night every Friday night, and so you better be sure I use one of my larger calorie days for Friday so I can go out and enjoy myself and not have to worry and feel like I've fallen off the wagon. And I say all that to say, in order to kind of do that method, you first have to figure out what your deficit is, what that number is. So I will leave a calorie kind of counting tracker calculator website that I use down in the description below, and you fill it out, put in your information, and it will tell you what your maintenance calories are or what your slight deficit is based on your weight loss goals. So it goes beyond just counting calories every single day. You really can get creative with it and still see long-term success. Something else I wish I had known, I wish I had a friend or a big sister come alongside me and say, Amy, this is okay to do, is to repeat meals weekly. It is okay if you found a recipe that is highly nutritional, that you love, that your whole family loves, that supports everyone's goals. It is okay to make that 2 or 3 times a week, and you're not a bad mom or a bad homemaker if you're not constantly changing what you're making and serving your family. My family loves a couple of things that we make all the time. The last year, I'm not kidding, sometimes I've made these things 2 or 3 nights in a week, and that's okay. Nobody has to know, nobody cares, and we also love it and enjoy it. It's also saved me quite a bit of money, I think. But something that we do, some examples of this would include sheet pan dinners, bunch of chicken sausage, everyone's favorite veggies, toss it on a sheet pan with some olive oil and some seasoning in the oven for 20-30 minutes. Not only is that easy for busy weeknights, but the whole family loves it. And then that way I can just supplement the kids' plates a little bit more than maybe my plate. Maybe I give them a side of rice or pasta. I can really just cater it to what they want and what's easy to whip up. Another example of this would be taco night. We do taco night at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. And that is a beautiful thing because I can serve the family tacos and rice and beans, and then maybe my plate looks a little different. Maybe I just make a big bowl of greens with that taco meat and cheese and Greek yogurt for protein, and I'm able to add my favorite things to the plate, maybe some beans, and it meets my nutritional goals, and then my family gets to love and enjoy what they're eating too. So figure out a few meals that your family loves, that you love, that support your goals, and just rotate them a bunch. And you know what? That's okay. Okay, here's my last thing I wish I'd known before embarking on this journey. And it's something I'm still learning, I'm still figuring out, but I have to say a year in, let me be a testimony to you that this could not be truer, is that you have to prioritize movement and exercise really high when you're on a journey like this. You have to make it almost your number one priority, or else it's not going to get done. And tell yourself, A, it's just for a season, and B, it doesn't mean you don't love your family any less or your job or anything like that, but you have to schedule it in your day as the number one priority. And I know that can feel really counterintuitive. As women, we want to, make sure our family's taken care of and our jobs and our house. It can wait. Go for that run, go for that walk, go to the gym and lift weights. And I can promise you, I have never once left the gym and said, man, I really regret that workout and really regret that I didn't do my dishes instead. Because the reality is, it's all gonna be there when you get home. So many times last year and before beginning this journey of falling back in love with exercise, I would say, man, I can only go to the gym if the whole house is clean. Like everything's gotta be in order and everything has to be perfect, and then I can go. Well, let me tell you what. That was very, very seldomly, that my whole house was perfectly clean and everything was done before I could go get a workout in. That's not realistic. So leave the kitchen a mess, leave the bedroom a mess, leave the pile of laundry, let something go so that you can go move your body, because you matter and you'll feel better. And I have actually found that even when everything in my house is chaotic and I'm stressed, if I go make that time for a run or for a workout, when I get back, I have a lot more mental clarity and motivation to go tackle the things I need to tackle. You're putting yourself first. It's kind of the phrase of put on your own oxygen mask and then serve others. And when it comes to exercise, that is so true and so important. And I just want to encourage you with that. Prioritize it before anything else. Treat it like a job. Put it in the schedule. Get it done. And I can promise you, a couple weeks in, couple months in, it'll start to be a habit, and you will crave it and you will love it and enjoy it and feel weird when you don't exercise. Well, that is the last tip I had for you. I hope that this video left you feeling inspired, and I just want you to know you're more than capable. You got this. You're gonna crush these goals in the next coming months, and I can't wait to see. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, if you're new, please stick around by hitting that little red subscribe button down below. It's completely free, and that way you always get notified when I upload a new video. We would love to have you join the YouTube family, and check out my other videos if you are new here. Today I have lots of what I eat in a day, morning routines, other fun homemaking videos for moms, for wives, for women, and I hope to just encourage you in your everyday when you're here on my channel. I hope you feel like you're just hanging out with a friend, and that's really my goal, because you guys truly are my friends. Well, you're more like family to me, and I love each and every one of you, and I'm so grateful for you. So thanks for watching today. I will see you really soon in the next one. Bye.